we're trying to follow Karl Rove and Shadow Adelson as they go down the hallway here in the suites.
We gotta go. Go.
Mr. Adelson, how much money are you going to spend on this election?
Guys. Hey.
Get off me, I'll hit you.
He's just walking.
I did not touch her. She ran back into me. She just grabbed our camera. This woman grabbed our camera.
Loud noise was the sound of Democracy Now!'s video camera hitting the ground. Just moments after our senior producer Mike Burke attempted to question the billionaire casino magnate Sheldon Adelson, a woman identified to the Democracy Now! Team as Adelson's daughter grabbed the video camera from the cameraman, Hani Massoud, then attempted to take the camera into a private suite. She then dropped the camera on the ground. Our senior producer, Mike Burke, joins us to describe what happened. Mike, explain.
Well, we were up on the fifth floor of the Tampa Bay Times Forum. This is the site of the Republican National Convention. And Hani Massoud, our camera person, and I, we spend most of the day walking along the hallways where the corporate suites are, trying to find politicians and campaign donors and various other people to speak with. Near the end of the evening, we were walking down the hall where we see Sheldon Adelson, who, of course, has played a critical role in this year's election. He's already donated tens of millions of dollars, first to Newt Gingrich's campaign, then to Mitt Romney's campaign. And so we attempted to ask him a question. And we got two questions in. And then what happened, it really shocked me. A woman that was standing right behind Sheldon Adelson, we later learned that apparently it was his daughter. She stopped and then forcibly pushed herself back into me, where I lost my footing. And then from there, she went over to Hani Massoud, our camera person, and actually grabbed the camera. And she was only about 2 or 3 feet away from the suite where they were going to be watching the convention speeches. And she attempted to go into the suite, into the door with the camera. Hani says something along the lines of, what are you doing? This is our camera. And then at that point, she drops the camera on the ground, and you heard that sound. She goes into the suite, and there's some commotion outside. We actually have some audio tape. I mean, it's video tape, but it's from Hani's camera. And at that point, we weren't sure if Hani's camera was broken or not. And we actually still aren't sure. I mean, it forcibly fell on the ground. And, but we have some tape. I think it's important to hear. It's a little bit unclear at times who is speaking, but there's 2 times in this tape where Sheldon Adelson's daughter comes out from the suite and actually apologizes to us. And this, of course, is after several...
This is after she body slams you, steps back into you.
Body slam might be a bit... that might be a bit too much, but she definitely, stopped and then went back with force
into your body.
Right, in an attempt so that I could not ask a question of Sheldon Adelson, who, of course, I mean, regular viewers of Democracy Now! Might know he very infrequently does he speak to the press. So for us, it was a very rare chance to speak to such an influential figure. So I think another voice we hear on this tape is a top aide of Sheldon Adelson. His name is Andy Aboud. He works for the Las Vegas Sands Corporation. This is one of the casinos that Sheldon Adelson owns. He basically came out and said, we'll take care of it, we'll take care of it, everything will be fine. And who
identified this woman as Adelson's daughter? You certainly didn't know that was the case.
I believe that was Andy, but it was either Andy or someone else.
Their person that came out.
Yeah, and there was a very large entourage that ended up responding to this incident. And there's actually a third incident that happened where another one of his aides ended up grabbing my cell phone and attempting to take my cell phone. Because once Hani's camera was on the ground and we weren't sure if it was working, I attempted to take out my Android, and because I wanted to record what was happening, he immediately grabbed my hand and grabbed onto the phone and refused to let go. And he held on for about probably 20 seconds or so. You can hear that as well in this tape. So I think we should take a listen. And
privacy. We weren't recording her. We were doing an interview. I'm here for a private event. Do me a favor. Who are you guys? Do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor. Do me a favor, Mike. Do me a 571. Do me a favor, okay?
Sir, you just stole my camera.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor. When you run into someone in the hallway, it's on camera. It's on camera. It's on camera. Are you joking? Are you joking?
I am sorry. I don't know who.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Well, it's on camera. It's on camera. We're not worried about it. We're not worried about it. When she grabs my camera and tries to run off with it, so how am I supposed to explain it? That's exactly my point. It's on camera. I'm not even near her. I'm behind
I've been working in the shop for 12 years. I've never seen someone grab a camera like this.
Is there a spokesperson? And
She's his daughter.
See, I didn't know that. So that's why she's more emotional.
That's his daughter, and they gave.
So she took it personal.
She did all this personal because they're private citizens.
Which I also understand. But until she grabbed the camera, it wasn't a big deal.
I know. I understand.
That's what I'm saying. We're used to handling stuff on us and things like that, and we respect their jobs. We respect their jobs.
So, but just the best thing is to back off. Contact me. We'll fix it.
There you have this bit of commotion here.